And good evening, everyone. Welcome. It is time for Bronco baseball on a beautiful Monday night, a Chamber of Commerce-like night here in El Dorado, as the Broncos close out the home portion of their schedule with a game against the Haysville Aviators. Kurt Caden here, and glad to be with you again. Lots to talk about here about the NBC, about how the weekend went in Dodge City. Looking forward to a full report from Gary Carr about the joys he had in Dodge City. Got our stat man extraordinaire. We've got Jimmy on the PA, Rustin Hayes, Brady Tackett, music and scoreboard, I think. Otherwise, just looking sharp, hanging out up here in the press box. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight, the batting order for the Aviators and the defense for El Dorado. It's Carter Cross, Jordan Kennedy, Nigel Williams, Luke Jacketa, Zachary Nagalski, and Nate Stoles, Campbell Quirk, Blake Null, and Austin Smith. That's the batting order for Haysville, and the first pitch is high, ball one. For El Dorado in the field, Jordan Anstandig's in left, Connor Allen in center, Jarrett Coyne is in right field. The 1-0 pitch is hit out into center field. That's where Connor Allen resides tonight. He'll make the easy catch for the first out of the ball game. Around the infield for El Dorado, Tucker Catlett at third, Austin Toth is at short, Tanner Sheets second base, and John Sorensen's at first. Erin Mac is behind the plate, and pitching is Frank Souza. Here's Jordan Kennedy, first pitch swinging out to Toth at short. He's got it over to first, and very quickly 2 away for Haysville here in the first inning. And that'll bring up Nigel Williams, the shortstop for Haysville. Right-handed batter, and the first pitch is low, ball one. Souza with the pitch, and that's tapped foul, goes behind Erin Mac. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Little behind on our first pitch temperature. It's, of course, sunny, as you can see. Here's the 1-1 hit to Toth, a little backhand play over to first, and a 1-2-3 inning for Frank Souza in the top of the first. We'll give you the temperature and the current conditions in a moment. Nothing aboard for Haysville in the first. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Haysville 0, El Dorado coming to bat. So great to have you tuned in tonight. This is Bronco Baseball on YouTube. Let's take a look at the order for El Dorado and the defense for Haysville tonight. The Broncos will lead off with Pete Caravala, Jarrett Coyne second, Tanner Sheets third. John Sorensen will bat fourth. Erin Mac, Jordan Anstandig, then Austin Toth, Connor Allen, and Tucker Catlett. For the Aviators out in the field today, Campbell Quirks in left field, Carter Cross in center, and the right fielder is Zach Nagalski. Third baseman is Austin Smith. Over at short, Nigel Williams. The second baseman is Jordan Kennedy. And at first base is Blake Knoll. Nate Stoles, good one behind the plate for the Aviators. And pitching is Michael DeLeon. And Pete Caravallo will lead it off for El Dorado. And the first pitch from DeLeon in there for strike one. And in there again. And Caravallo quickly behind 0-2. 88 degrees right now and sunny. It feels like 90. Here's the 0-2. And boy, that was close. Good pitch by DeLeon, 1-2. Humidity has dropped. It's at 43%. The dew point's still at 63. Winds, they say winds are out of the north at 7 miles an hour, but barely a breeze right now. And DeLeon again pounding that outer third, just barely missed again, 2-2. All fastball so far from DeLeon, and now he spikes one, and it's 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Pete Caravallo. And Caravallo rolls over one over to second base, where Kennedy's got it over to first for the first out. So here's Jarrett Coyne. Jarrett Coyne from Sterling, Michigan, goes to Alma College. 5'10", 175, right-handed batter. And the first pitch from DeLeon rides high, 1-0. Right-handed pitcher DeLeon, and missing here, 2-0. Michael DeLeon from Penn State, Harrisburg. And Coyne put some good wood on that one out into left center field, and that will drop for a 1-out single for Jarrett Coyne. And here comes Tanner Sheets. Tanner Sheets, Gary and I were talking last time we were here that Tanner was really warming up. He had a 10-game hit streak snapped Sunday. In those 11 games, though, Tanner went 19 for 44, and that's a .432 average. And Sheets stays hot here after getting the streak snapped yesterday. He comes back with a first pitch single out into left field. So here's John Sorensen. Tanner Sheets, I'll tell you what, Gary, his average, I see here, you got 329 now for the season. He was laboring around the 250 mark, I think, at his down point. And he has gone up, so good job to see Tanner, who's going to West Texas A&M University. What's that? Canyon, Texas. We wish Tanner all the best there, of course. Here's John Sorensen. And the first pitch from DeLeon looked like a curveball. It broke in there for a strike. For DeLeon, this is his 9th game, his 6th start. 28 innings of work. He's given up 26 hits, 20 earned runs. And Sorensen turned on one and drills it into the parking lot. A long strike, 0-2. 21 walks, 34 strikeouts for DeLeon. He has a 1-win, 4-loss record this summer. And an 0-2 to Sorensen, high and away, 1-2. Haysville has had some struggles this year. Their team ERA is at 7.03. Sorensen goes the other way, gloved in foul territory. Nice play by Smith, but it's just a foul ball. So we'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Email address, the email highway wide open, cadenbroadcasting@gmail.com. You can also talk right here on the chat window if you're watching on YouTube. I went to the Aviators Twitter page. I'd like to support Haysville and really encourage folks to go watch their broadcasts. So I saw on their Twitter page, they said, go watch live Well, their live is just a iScore. That's not really live. That's live stats, but not live video. But certainly another way to follow the game. Hopefully you're enjoying what we provide here on YouTube. And Sorensen rolls over foul, and we'll have another 2-2 pitch coming up. In the El Dorado lost 3 of 4. Pitch high and away, and Sorensen has worked it full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jarrett Coyne is at second base. Tanner Sheets at first. 1 away for El Dorado, bottom half of inning number 1. And the pitch, and a challenged fastball, and a miss for Sorensen. A strikeout for De Leon. Had a good cut. And the pitcher wins that battle. Here's Erin Mac with 2 away. Left-handed batter is Mac. His average at 250. And the pitch, and right on the corner for strike 1. Mac, of course, arrived late. He has 36 at-bats this summer, 9 hits. Scored 8. He's driven in 4. He's got 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 homer. No balls and a strike here to Mac. The pitch, and a swing and a curveball, and it's 0-2. I'm surprised when I see De Leon's numbers, because when we've seen him here, he's looked pretty good. But 1-4 on the summer. There's a lot of good competition in our league, that's for sure. Here's the 0-2, and that one bites inside. 1-2. A lot of movement on that curve. Our final broadcast of the summer. Rick Allen, thank you for your friendship and all your comments, and it's been a lot of fun getting to know you and so many of the Bronco parents and grandparents this summer. Here comes a 1-2 pitch, and Mac able to spoil it as he flips it out of play. Jason Anstandig is here. He's sitting with his Jordan's host family. Got to meet Paul Zenzel tonight, father of Dylan. Dylan's been a real treat. The players that I have gotten to meet, mainly pitchers, been so fun. There's a curveball that darts down low, 2-2. But, of course, Jordan Anstandig's a real bulldog out there. Jarrett Coyne I've known for a couple of years now here. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 away, bottom of the first, and the pitch. And Mac on the right side, gloved by the first baseman. De Leon was late in getting over there. Mac beats him to the base. De Leon waited for a couple of seconds, and Erin Mac will get an infield single. Ball gloved over there by the first baseman, Null. But De Leon a little bit late getting off the mound to cover first. So the bases are loaded for Jordan Anstandig. Jordan Anstandig, there's another guy's average that has been shooting north. 255 now. And the first pitch to Jordan, low, ball 1. Anstandig, one of the best eyes on the team. I see Caravala got walked a couple more times than Jordan this weekend. So Pete at 25, Jordan at 23 walks this summer. 1 ball and no strikes from De Leon, the pitch, and that's in there for strike 1. Jordan Anstandig with a .403 on base percentage, 27 hits, 106 at bats. He's got 4 doubles. He's driven in 14 this summer. A opportunity here to put El Dorado in the lead. The 1-1 is low, 2-1. Austin Toth waits on deck. Coyne singled. Sheets a 1-pitch single. Sorensen struck out. Mac singled. And that's out of the zone, 3-1. So Anstandig stands to get a good pitch here. Good hole in right center field if Jordan could turn on one. And a 3-1 pitch from De Leon is rolled towards second base. Kennedy gets it on a hop over to first, and De Leon works out of some early trouble here in the first. No runs on 3 hits, 3 left. 1 inning in the books. From El Dorado, Broncos 0, Aviators 0. You're watching and listening to Bronco Baseball on YouTube. Quite a, the score is 0-0, but Frank Souza got out of the first inning throwing 6 pitches. Michael De Leon threw a lot more than 6. But we're at 0-0. Here's Luke Jacketta. And Jacketta, first pitch swinging, flips it out of play, and it's 0-1. Frank Souza winds and deals. Curveball hit Jacketta on the shoulder. So the first base runner for Haysville is Luke Jacketta, and that'll bring up Zachary Nagalski. Nagalski from, my home state, the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee. Of course, years ago, a long time ago, the University of Wisconsin dropped their baseball program, but they still have baseball at UWM. And that is not a bad place to go to college. Milwaukee is a fun town. Of course, you got the Brewers and the Bucks there. The Packers used to play a game or two in the old county stadium years ago, but they decided that their home crowd, their home fans wanted all 8 regular season home games in Green Bay. So can't remember how long ago that was. They quit playing. They would always play a preseason game in Milwaukee and then usually a regular season game. And it generally wasn't a divisional game. I remember I saw the Packers and the Falcons play at the old county stadium. Of course, baseball fields, I always think it's interesting. There's a 2-1 pitch to Nagalski, and he fouls it out of play. And I didn't go to many, but when you see a football game on a baseball field, now they do that at Oakland still, but anymore it just seems like they've gotten away from that. Miami used to, but they built a stadium, and of course the Marlins have their own stadium. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the pitch, and it's rolled to Toth. This will be tough to turn 2. They'll get 1 at second, over to first, and they do not get him. And Erin Mac backing up the play. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Nagalski. That would have been pretty remarkable to turn that one. Just didn't have enough steam on it. So 1 away, and here comes Nate Stoles. But of course, my memories of, I always liked, especially early in the year, and I still like it in Oakland when football games played there because they have to play on the infield dirt. So you see games played on grass and dirt. It's probably not ideal for the players, but visually, I think it's great. And then you get a little rain on there, you get the mud, and I think it's fun when you see that. You just don't see it very much anymore. But I remember watching a football game in County Stadium, and it just really was. The seats weren't great. Seats were great for baseball, but not really great for football. 2 balls and no strikes to Nate Stoles. Stoles, a 183 hitter this summer. Terrific defender, that's for sure. Here's a 2-0, and he hits this one out to right center field. This is going to find some grass. And up against the wall, Allen runs it down, bobbles it, now has it. Stoles will stay at second, and the double will score Nagalski. So an RBI for Stoles, and 1 away, and here comes Campbell Quirk. For Stoles, that's his 9th RBI of the summer and just his 2nd double of the summer. One zero Haysville. And the pitch from Frank Souza is hit towards second base. Tanner Sheets has it. He'll throw over to first. Advancing to third is Stoles. So 2 away, and here comes Blake Knoll. Frank Souza, maybe the latest ad for El Dorado. He's pitched 9 innings, given up 10 hits. He has an ERA at 6. 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Usually makes the batters put it in play. There's a swing and a miss by Knoll. Knoll, a 216 hitter. 8 for 37. This is 13th game, and there's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Blake Knoll from Howard Payne University. Howard Payne, is that Tennessee? Swing and a miss, and threw us 3 strikes, and you're out for Knoll. But a double by Nate Stoles has given the Aviators a 1-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Bronco baseball here on YouTube. Welcome back here. Kurt Caden from McDonald Stadium here in El Dorado. 5th game of the year between El Dorado and Haysville. Austin Toth leading it off and looks at a first pitch ball. So 1-0 to Toth. Toth, Allen, and Catlett due up for El Dorado here in the 2nd. And Toth lifts one into left field. Quirk settles under it, now coming in and makes the catch for the first out. Baseball is certainly a funny game. De Leon labored in the first inning, 3 hits for El Dorado, but no damage done. Souza cruised through the first, and then after hitting a batter, a fielder's choice, and then a double. And just like that, Haysville leading 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes to Connor Allen. Pitch from De Leon is low, 2-0. Connor Allen, Plano, Texas, 6'1", 200 pounds. Right-handed batter, and the pitch high, 3-0. Allen at 221 this summer. And strikeouts have been the issue for Connor this summer. He's struck out 56 times. And that one may have hit him. Yeah, just got him on the jersey. So a hit by pitch to Connor Allen, that's the best kind. Walk or hit by pitch helps your on-base percentage, right, Gary? It really doesn't matter there. 3-0 pitch, it would have been ball 4 anyway. Just grazed the jersey. Umpire immediately put his hands in the air. So here's Tucker Catlett. But just finishing on Connor, I think this summer, seeing a lot of different competition and whatnot, it's only going to make him better, and we hope to see him next year. He started out hot this summer for the Broncos and cooled off, and still playing. He plays a good center field for El Dorado, and I think his hitting has come back too a little bit. So he's over at first base. Catlett looks at strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Tucker Catlett. Catlett headed to Doane University next year, 5'10", 180 from Lincoln, Nebraska. Doane is in Crete, Nebraska. And the 1-1. And I don't want to say a knee buckler, but Catlett started kind of backing out of there, and that slider just broke right across the dish. 1 ball and 2 strikes. De Leon working quickly. That one slides out of the zone, 2-2. Connor Allen, 3 steals this summer, 4 attempts. One on, 1 out for El Dorado. They trail 1-0. And a throw over to first. Allen, a little bit of a late get back there, but he's in safely. Talk about tough sun for the fielders, certainly for the runner, too. And this one's hit well by Catlett out to left field near the track, but tracked down by Quirk. After it was hit, I looked at Catlett. It looked like maybe he got that one, but just came up short. On a lot of nights, that might have gotten out. The wind, it's not a ton of wind, but probably enough. If that wind is out of the south like it so often is, it might have gotten at least to the wall. Just a flyout as far as De Leon is concerned, 2 away, and Pete Caravala, the top of the order for El Dorado with 2 away, and Connor Allen over at first. Pete Caravala at 274 this summer, throwback, and Allen is back in safely. 29 hits, 106 at-bats for Pete. And boy, is that home run cut taken off here in July. He's got 4 homers this month. Allen on the move, and this one fouled straight back at us. Broncos going with the whites tonight with the orange numerals, black trim. Haysville, navy blue tops, gray pants, white numerals. A ball and a strike to Caravalli, grounded out to Kennedy over at second base the first time. Throw over to first, and Allen's back. 1-0 Haysville here in the bottom of the second inning. Aviator fans, feel free to join in on the chat. Love to know where you're watching, who you're rooting for. Fastball a little bit high, 2-1. But I think Gary would concur. We've had enough late July afternoons here that, tell you what, I mean, it's still warm, but it's July, but it's not searing like we've had before. We've been with heat advisories certainly into late July and even into August, but it looks like the forecast for Kansas looks pretty good. A pitch there to Caravallo is pretty good, 2-2. The long-range August forecast calls for cooler temperatures and rain, which is unheard of in Kansas in August. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Allen will get a head start at first. The pitch and a swing and a miss. Strike 3. De Leon with a good second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. We've played 2 from El Dorado. It's Haysville 1 and El Dorado 0. Time for the top of the 3rd inning here from El Dorado. A lot of folks watching tonight. That's fun to see. Broncos are off tomorrow and then at Haysville on Wednesday. The NBC World Series has announced that Hayes and Dodge City have automatically qualified for week 2, correct? Here's the first pitch, and that's bounced up the middle. Sheets ranging, backhand has it over to first. Got him! What a play by Tanner Sheets. And that retires Austin Smith, who nearly had an infield single. Great play by Sheets. So Hayes and Dodge are in week 2. Liberal and Derby have qualified for the NBC World Series. El Dorado currently is in a holding pattern. First pitch, squaring around was Cross, and he looks at strike 1. The Broncos cannot move up or move down. They are locked in at the 5th place, and it just depends. Here's the pitch and a ball, 1-1. It depends on the teams from around the country, right? And all the leagues have their qualifiers or whatnot. Here's a 1-1, high 2-1. And sometimes there's years where the Jayhawk will get 5 teams in. And so El Dorado is kind of on the bubble right now. Smoked out into left center field by Cross. He hit it well. Allen running after it. He's got it in the glove, but that'll be a easy double for Carter Cross, who's really another one of the really fine players in our league. So here's Jordan Kennedy. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to short his first time. 1 away for Haysville in the 3rd and a runner at second base. And, of course, the Broncos, they come into play tonight 15 and 19. 4.5 ahead of Great Bend, but 2.5 behind Derby. And the pitch, and that one nearly hit Kennedy. And no, Gary, after where you get to the end of any season, and you're not maybe where you wanted to be, there's always about 5 or 6 games that I know you can probably drum up right now that El Dorado had certainly chances to win. This one hit in the hole out to left field, a base hit. Cross rounding 3rd, but he's got the stop sign, and Catlett will cut off the throw. Runners at 1st and 3rd. Kennedy shot it through the left side. Cross had to hold up just enough to see if it got through, which it did. I mean, for me, I think about the game with Hayes that the Broncos lost in 11, the Liberal lost in 12. I know there's some road games that Gary has seen that probably could have gone either way, but that's baseball. That's sports in general. First pitch in there to Nigel Williams for a strike. The only team really not worried about that is the Hayes Larks because they've won the league. They're not really worried about a game or 2 that got away. Many of them did not. Hayes is 25 and 8. 2 of those 8 losses came to El Dorado. No balls and a strike to Williams. He hits it hard in the left field. That's a base hit. And Standig able to cut it off. Quickly turns and throws. That'll keep Kennedy at second base, but the Aviators take a 2-0 lead. Back-to-back-to-back hits. So 2-0 Haysville. Kennedy at second, Williams at first, and Jacketa stands in. He was hit by a pitch his first time. And the pitch from Souza. This one shot the right side. Sheets has it. Over to second for one. Toth to first. Double play. A 4-6-3 and a terrific play all around. Sheets in the hole. Threw it to second. A strike to Toth, who put a lot of zip on it to get Jacketa at first. A 4-6-3 double play, but one run on 3 hits for Haysville. We go to the bottom of the third. Aviators 2, Broncos 0. Jared Coyne to lead off for El Dorado. First pitch swinging, a high chop to third, grabbed over there by Smith, and a strong peg to first to get Coyne. Nice play there by Austin Smith. As we've learned with Jared Coyne, you shouldn't get too comfortable when he gets to the plate because he is staying in the box. He's probably swinging at the first pitch or two, and he's going. He is a man with a mission at the plate, and he doesn't really want to linger around. Tanner Sheets is 1 for 1 tonight. 11 of his last 12 now for the hitting streak. Gary, was he close to getting a hit Sunday? Did he have any? No, just one that Dodge pitching shut out the Broncos on Sunday. There's a swing and a miss. Was it Van Cleve that pitched for Dodge City? Gonzalez. Was he pretty? Were you impressed with him? No, just not a good day for the Broncos. 0-2, curveball, a beauty, and Sheets knew it. De Leon gets the first 2 here in the third. So here's John Sorensen. He had a good at bat the first time against De Leon, battled it, went full, and then De Leon just said, "Here you go. Here's my best fastball." Sorensen put a good swing, but missed. And there's another one, swing and a miss, strike 1. De Leon struggled in the first inning, got out of a bases-loaded jam, and since then has really been sharp, except for one hit batter. Sorensen fouls this one off, and it's quickly 0-2. R.J. Williams has homered for the Hayes Larks. They're tied 2-2 with Liberal in the first inning. Here's an 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Hayes, 25-8, our league champion this year. Frank Leo, another league championship. Can he get it done at the NBC? We will wait and see on that. The Broncos have won the NBC 5 times. The BJs in our league, Liberal, they've won it 5 times. But Gary Carr tells me Hayes has never won it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Curveball didn't take, 3-2. Gary, do you think the Larks have a chance to make some noise this year? It's hard to say because you don't know what the other team's coming in. The 3-2 pitch outside, and De Leon, who got ahead 0-2, loses Sorensen. First walk of the night for De Leon. And that'll bring up Erin Mac, who had an infield single his first time. You might remember Erin bounced it to in the hole between first and second. It was gloved over there by Null, and De Leon was a little tardy getting off the mound. Oh, Santa Barbara, they're always good, aren't they? Of course, this year, again, those of you who may have heard or seen the NBC World Series, they've had Major League Baseball or former Major League Baseball players the last 2 years. 2 years ago, everyone thought they were going to win it, and they lost. So they came back last year with a real we're going to win mentality, and they did. And now that little experiment is over. Mac fouls this one out of play, 0-2. And again, it's an interesting debate because it's not hardly fair to all these teams that play all summer long, and these former major leaguers get there just because of who they are. But it's a real thrill for everyone to get to be on the same field as a Chipper Jones or whatnot. Roger Clemens. Here's a grounder over to second, gloved by Kennedy. He'll throw to first, and Mac is retired, and that's the end of the third inning. No runs, no hits. There was one left. We go to the fourth, 2-0 Haysville.